What's up? What's up? What is happening? Let my software catch up. I should be live. Hope you guys are doing well. Turn my beards off. Goatee's all crooked. What in the world is happening? Getting old is what's happening. Getting old, getting old. Okay, yeah, we should be live. What is up? What is up? Yeah, there's a few comments popping through. What's up, Rodney, Jody, Momentum Motorsports? What is going on? All right, guys. This is usually our Wednesday night. Is usually when we do our members only chat. It's kind of a where we just hang out, talk about drag racing, bench racing on Wednesday nights. Usually from about 9 o'clock, 9:30 for about an hour or so. Sometimes it's a little shorter than that. Sometimes it's a little longer. It depends on what type of stuff we're getting into, how excited I am for racing, and which is always really exciting, and what kind of questions I'm trying to answer for you guys. What is up? Usually we have Randy and Brandon on, but neither one of those are on. Now, usually I'm dead late. I'm usually like 9:31, 9:32, 9:33, but today I'm on time, and usually they give me a hard time. And you can see my non-racing studio. This is Kelly's area. So, yeah. Oh, there's Brian. Look, Brian's got some Wi-Fi tonight. What's up, Brian? He might have some good news on his car. I hadn't talked to him today. Hopefully, he's going to have his car coming back together soon. Old and boosted. What's up, Master Tech? I can't screw that. I'm gonna screw that first part up. Rodney, man, we had a blast at Randy's shop. It was a ton of work, but we are really, really, really close to getting that thing together. We're really, really close. So we're hoping we can get that thing started very soon. Maybe this coming week, possibly. Howdy, howdy, howdy. Blue Knot, no one. Kevin Smith. McKinley Dow, what's up? Jason Smith, what's happening? You guys are going well, doing well. I hadn't posted any videos this week. Been having some family stuff. So we just got back into town actually about an hour ago. So, but we're going to try to go racing this weekend. Racing. So Wednesday night live chats, what we do is we talk about technical stuff. And I'm not an expert on anything. I don't claim to be an expert on anything. I'm the redneck version. I'm like the great value version, the great value brand of drag racing expertise, I would probably say. But more the budget friendly type. It's one of those things that, we keep having fun. We keep struggling. We try to get some fixes. But the biggest thing is we go to a drag strip. We have fun. We drag race. And it is what it is. It's just one of those things. We get out there, we have fun, we try to win some rounds. We have some good luck occasionally. Have a lot of, I wouldn't say heartache. I would say, it's just one of those things that you expect. But sometimes stuff breaks, and you get it back together, and then it breaks again, and it gets back together, and breaks again. A lot of people, they throw in the towel, and they're just not able to cope with that type of negativity. Which if you're having to pay somebody to do it, if you have to pay somebody out for all of their time, and you have to pay for everything going out, then sure, it gets very expensive, and that would probably get a little bit troublesome for everybody. But for me and a lot of people that I race with and hang with, I mean, we do all the work ourselves, and So we're able to save some money, other than the parts. It takes time, but building the car is part of the fun, right? So I mean, when it breaks, that's part of the fun. Rebuilding it and repairing it, making it work better again. So I don't know if y'all saw, when we went out last week. We had the car. We took 300 pounds out of it, and we were trying to go fast. We were at Galat, and so it was one of those things. The track was fast, and we were trying to go personal best, and that's one of the things that I'm struggling with my car is, and even the other car. When you have one car, you try to do front side and you try to do back side. It's like you can get mediocre and you can't get real good at either one because there's so many changes that you have to make. And so, that's one of the things. One of the things that kind of sucks is, trying to go back and forth and make the car work. And so I took the weight out of the car, lowered the car back down. It wasn't quite to the right ride height, because of my brackets on the rear end won't let the shock come down enough. So usually I have to change the back spring. And so the car was going left. It went left really hard the first pass, and then the second pass, it went less hard left. Dropped it down some more as much as I could, and tightened the extension really, really tight on the back shock, so it wouldn't separate quite so fast. Still went left. It's undrivable. There's a couple things happening, so I posted on Facebook today. Got a bunch of people that responded. I appreciate everybody that pitched in comments. I had a few people send me some private messages, and it's got my head kind of going. We talk about rear steer, and the car has a little bit of rear steer in it, but the car was taken off, and so the front wheels were coming off the ground. Now the body does twist, of course. The left front tire comes up a little bit sooner than the right one, and this thing is towed in because of bump steer, because the front end's a little tight down, but when it comes up full travel, it comes out to where it's still towed in a little bit, but it's not doesn't tow out ever. It's towed in. But so front left comes up. Couple theories. Okay, front left comes up, so the front right on the ground turns the car to the left, and that's definitely got some valid traits. But it seems like I'm in the car turning the wheel, and I know you're not supposed to do that when it starts wheeling, right? But I can't tell if the front wheel's on the ground or not. So I'm turning the wheel, giving it input to go right, and then you can feel it all of a sudden. It gets to a point, and I think what's happening is if I could correlate my GoPro inside with the outside, I think that's when that front right tire comes up. That even though I got a steering wheel turned on the inside of the car, then it goes ahead and really turns hard to the left. And so if you think about rear steer, Tim McAmis, a lot of people talk about it. Tim McAmis is probably one of the premier chassis builders out there. And he always analogies it as it's a forklift, right? So if you want the car to go to the right, you turn the rear end to the left, and so it drives back. And so Pete Harold, it's funny, HED, he made a comment. He's like, "We ain't got no dang forklift." He's right. It's not a forklift, but my car goes laser straight when the front wheels are on the ground, and so maybe the rear steer is pushing it to the left when the front wheels come up. Kind of what I'm thinking has happened. Had a couple of people that said they think that is happening as well. So I don't know. We got some work to do, but the biggest thing is it was dead hooked up. We were at Galat. It was their test and tune night, but their test and tune night gets pretty sticky. I mean, it's not radio, but it's good enough to where it's really, really good. I mean, it's not no prep at all. So, we got some struggles, and Jarrett, Team Denver, he sent me a message. I finally on Team Denver. Woo! Team Denver, baby, let's go. He sent me some messages on how he sets his up on the front end, with the rear end weight stuff. And Jarrett's been going backside to front side here recently as well, and he was struggling a little bit, but it seems like he's getting a handle on it a little better now. So it's just hard when you're going from back to front. There goes Randy and Brandon. They both hopping on at the same time. They must have thought I was gonna be late.
Hey.
Y'all thought I was gonna be late, didn't you?
I was working on my next paper, even though I was trying to take a break from it.
It's break time. What's up?
How you doing?
I am good. We are live on full YouTube, not just our members only stuff tonight.
Nice.
we hadn't done that in a while, and just show people kind of what we do. This is usually what we do. We just hang out talking. We have people if they want to hop in, and we'll send them a link, and they can show us the car in the garage, and we'll just have a good time. It's like Wednesday night. It's middle of the week bench racing. It's like the best way to put it. I would probably say. Randy, did you get any parts and pieces in?
No, but they're due in tomorrow.
Oh, going to get them tomorrow. So y'all saw the last video that we did on Randy's. We made it down to we got to make some lines. So that's gonna. You down to work on it tomorrow night?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm gonna when I get off work tomorrow, I'm gonna just take my work on car clothes, and I'm gonna just head on down there. Try to get down there about 6 o'clock again.
Nice.
So spend a little bit of time and get that. Hopefully, man, it's close, man. I mean, it is really close.
Yeah.
What do you think?
I'm looking forward to it.
Getting excited?
Oh yeah.
You gonna start out tomorrow night?
It probably could. I mean, because the electrical stuff. I mean, it's the wiring stuff is that's a no brainer. I mean, it's that everything's plug and play. There's no chance of us screwing anything up, putting anything wrong. Did you figure out what you were going to do for your throttle cable yet? Have you?
Not even close.
Still hadn't come up to a. I mean, if we got a longer cable, I mean, we might be able to make one of those little $30 Amazon cables work.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, because
they're a rod from Mike.
Yeah. Do what?
That Mike offered him a rod. No, you're not gonna get that.
Not gonna do a rod.
Oh, the rod. Oh, gotcha. Rods are good, but the good thing about a rod is you can snatch back on it if you got a wide open throttle, and you can pull it, back to manually shut the throttle body. Bad thing about a rod is there's a chance it could get hung on something, especially if something moves. I mean, we've had that happen. On Brian's car back in the day, his old bracket car. That was a scary deal. But so Randy's is getting close. Maybe I think I hadn't even looked at the weather. What's the weather for this weekend?
Rain.
Is it supposed to rain? Great, rain.
Here it is.
I haven't even looked. Let's look at
I got clear on Saturday.
You got clear down there?
Yeah.
All right, let's look at Red Springs. So Red Springs, Thunder Valley has got a back of the track race. Shoot, I'm typing in Thunder Valley. That is not a city. Red Springs, North Carolina. So their daily is saying Saturday only 25% chance of rain.
Maybe it changed since I looked.
Yeah, it's 25% all day and all night. So that's a good thing. So it's back to the track. That is also my birthday.
Wow.
So it's Big John's birthday bash. Not me, Big John. Another Big John.
You're not turning 50, are you?
Not yet. I'm still a couple years away from that. But so game plan is to do that if possible. If it's not going to look like rain. If that doesn't work out, we'll see how far we got along on Randy's. But his is you got your U-joint straps. They already come.
Yep.
So I mean, all we got to do under the car is we need to adjust the shifter linkage. We need to get that adjusted. Put the dry shaft in it. We need to put the diaper on it. So diaper's got to go on it. But under the car, really, we ain't got much to do. Turbo kit's on. We got to put the damn pipe on it. Shoot, I mean, we're about done. I mean, other than making hoses, which that's going to be a whole nother experience.
When's the last time the injectors were clean? Have they been sealed up, I guess, since they've come out?
They were sent off and already back and ready to go back in.
Oh, good.
So they're good. So we've got to do our part in making sure we keep the fuel lines clean so that we don't send trash to them. So on first fire up, we send methanol everywhere.
Yeah.
And that's a challenge when you make fuel lines. I mean, that is a real challenge. I mean, because, it's just a challenge. Because, especially the line going from the pump to the filter is not that big a deal because the filter is going to catch it. But from the filter to the injectors, and through the rails. We need to take the rails off and clean those real good, get everything going.
Did you give him his regulator back, or did you get a different one?
I gave him that one back somewhere. It should be in your trailer somewhere, shouldn't it?
Regulators on the vehicle.
The fuel. Oh yeah, it is. That's right. You heard Randy's like, wait a minute, what are y'all talking about? I forgot it's there. You're right. I ended up ordering a different. I ended up ordering a. Actually, did I order the same one? Maybe it's the same one.
I think it is.
I don't remember. I've got it. Yeah. Yeah, I saw that Lizzie. Somebody said prayers out to Lizzie and Kai. Yeah, that's terrible. Hopefully they can fight that up and beat it pretty good. NPK in Virginia. That is the same weekend that we are doing Civil Wars. That's going to be a blast. Civil Wars. So we're going to miss NPK in Virginia. Civil Wars is we're doing the Turbo Johns Mid-Track Madness. So we're going to try to do no prep race on a radial prep, but we're starting at the finish line of the 8th mile and racing to the quarter mile, and it's going to be radial prep from the starting line to the 8th mile. So it's going to be wild. It's going to be wild. I can't wait. That's going to be interesting. Flagman start. Clifton Caldwell is going to be flagging. We got to do the burnouts in the normal spot. Roll from the burnout pad to the starting line, 1/8 of a mile.
So really, you're not going to have a lot of this. Whatever's out there is out there. It's nothing you can put down, really.
No, that's right. There's going to be some crackhead that's going to try to do a burnout from all the way through there. I promise you. Somebody's going to do it. I mean, my jump would be so overheated, and I don't even know if you can keep the wheel speed up because I mean it's going to be putting down rubber and it's going to be radial prep, but I mean that stuff's sticky. At some point, you're going to have enough speed to where it's going to hook up and go, and you're going to run over a cliff. We need to make sure. I guess we need to tell people that can't do that long of a burnout.
Can't burn out through the starting line.
Yeah, can't burn out through the starting line. Well, I guess we need to clarify the normal starting line.
Right.
Or you can do it to the no burnouts past the 60 foot. Yeah, I don't know. We need to solidify those rules. We'll let Clifton and Dan figure that out. Yeah, y'all hit the like button. I can't even see the like button because I'm on the stream. I'm on the stream.
Iron Block about broke the people at TKM.
Is it done yet? I hadn't talked to him today. He said that he was hoping they were going to be done with it today.
I don't know. They about broke their backs picking it up, though.
That thing is super heavy, man.
Yeah, I was like, I'm not picking it up.
You thought he was joking when he said it was heavy, didn't you?
Yeah, I was like ridiculously heavy.
So we've had a lot of people asking about Brian's car, and so we may as well talk about it some now because it's getting closer. So he is on the way to putting it back together. He got some really nice heads. Shoot, I can't even remember what head it is. It's a solid hipped, really nice, very, very, I think it's a Brodix BTX something. It's like 270 cc's. It's Mac Daddy. Got him from Kevin, Top Fuel Hoop. He's had him for a couple months now. But so he finally got all the motor together and had to take the block to Kevin so Kevin could do the receiver grooves in the block. And so Brandon this past Thursday picked it up, and him and Brian loaded it. It about break your back too, Brandon.
No, he offered to get the dolly out or whatever.
Did y'all use the engine hoist?
Yeah, I was like, I'm not picking that up.
It is super heavy. That block is like compacted graphite iron something. I don't remember what.
Like 275 pounds or something.
It's freaking ridiculously heavy, and I don't remember. I think he's got concrete in it too, so that makes it even heavier. In the water jackets. But so he got that thing up to Kevin. Kevin called. I think I talked to Brian on yesterday. And he said he was hoping it was going to be done today. So everybody, I mean, hopefully he'll be putting his motor together this weekend. Mm-hmm. So I think he's going to try to do some more no prep racing with us, this coming year. So we'll probably see him out doing the no prep stuff instead of the sticky stuff, which we don't have a lot of sticky stuff actually happening locally this year. It's just what it is. How about drive shaft curve versus timing targets? So yeah, so drive shaft curve on Holly stuff. I space mine. I don't know if it's right or wrong. I've never been. I don't know if y'all saw Kevin and Devin. Not Kevin and Devin. Devin and Pete Harrell are going to be doing a tuning class with Davis in the next probably month or two. So that's going to be something that we're probably going to jump in. Brian has VPS and Davis, and Randy has Davis, and none of us know how to use it. And like we've never even turned it on Randy's. Brian's turned his on, but every time we try to mess with it, we get confused. I mean, it's just hard. It's just, I mean, I'm sure it's just because we haven't taken the time to learn it, but it's just hard to, when you're at the racetrack trying to figure it out, it just makes it kind of difficult. But mine, I keep my curves. I use the Holly traction control. And so when I use the Holly traction control for mine, well, here, I'll show you. And this is something that we do when we're going to. I show a lot of data on my car, especially after some races. Okay, hold on a second. I'm gonna have to. There's some things I can't show you right now. Hold on a second. So let me go pull up my Holly. I gotta get to a screen. Gotta get to a screen where it doesn't have sensitive data. Is that no?
By the way, Jared wants you to slow down.
I know, I saw that. He's funny. He sent me a PM too. He was helping tell me how he sets his stuff up. Okay, so let me.
Brian just texted and said it ain't no fun just watching.
That's true.
Need to see if he can get in there. Oh, that's right. He doesn't. Well, he might have a good service now.
I think he's talking about racing. He's probably talking about racing.
Okay.
Yeah, I texted him. And I don't know if it ever went through.
His service out there has been brutal the last month.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I'm looking for a. Hold on a second. I'm looking for. Okay, here we go. So talking about drive shaft curves, and I just couldn't show y'all. I label all of my data. Like when I make a pass, I'll show you in a second here what I'm talking about. Usually when we're doing this, it's kind of out there. But so this is my data log. This is where I was at Fayetteville the other week, 125, 49, 155 mile an hour. But so for my drive shaft curve, so I just use the Holly stuff. So it's very basic. But this is what I do. So I space mine about 100 RPMs apart. Usually, I have tightened it down to like 50 RPM, but it gets kind of sketchy sometimes there. But something also that if you take the rev limit here, if you take the rev limit and put it at 0, it will not actually do a hard rev limit or cut pulling cylinders. So that's what we do there to make it, because once it exceeds your retard B here, if you have a rev limit up there somewhere, it'll start dropping cylinders. And dropping cylinders sometimes is good, but sometimes it's not good. There's a lot of people that use that, but we've had better luck not using it. So that's my graph that I use, and basically I let retard A pull up to 10 degrees of timing, and then retard B pulls up to 20. So that's 20 degrees of timing is a lot out if it exceeds the graph. Now you've got to build the graph. In order to build the graph, it takes passes, right? So you need a good solid pass to say I want it to run on this number. So if we go to that data log, we'll about screw that up. Okay. So this is the pass that we done. I had a little quick pedal here because it still went left just a tad. But this is actually the actual drive shaft curve right here, this green line. This is mile per hour up here. And you can see, this was before we had the tighter converter in it too. So we had a good bit of converter slip, which my car now has got a 360 gear in it. And so with a 169 first gear ratio, that's, the converter is a no-prep converter. It's not designed to really do this. But we went pretty good. That was not a bad pass. But then, so when you come back to actual thing, the graph here, if you do import data log file, you can see we're a little bit above it. So it never actually hit the traction control here. And of course, the track was in pretty good shape. It was like bracket prep, but it was in reasonably good shape. It spun. I don't know if it spun or not right there. It probably was just the tire getting set to go. So that was a decent pass there. But that's the way I set mine up. And then you can make this 100% follow it. So when we're doing like the back of the track stuff, I mean, we have a pretty tight curve, and it follows it pretty good, and you can see, when it's pulling out timing, it'll snatch timing out. I mean, good as all get out.
Can you save multiple graphs, or do you have to just alter it every time from no prep to front of the track?
I can save each one of my finished data logs. When I in my data log file, it's in my global file, but I have to have another file. I can save each individual. I can save it, yes.
Okay, so you don't
but
have
I
to do
don't.
it every time.
I do it every time because it's kind of, I change so much crap on this car all the time. If I just pulled an old file, then the car probably would never run. You know what I mean? Because I change stuff or I miss stuff. But yes, you can. But I usually don't do that. I always send it. What's up, man? Y'all are killing it too, man. They got a good YouTube channel. Go check their YouTube channel out. They've got the is it a Chevelle? The one that they call Bones. The one, remember the big turbo sticking up on the top?
Oh yeah.
Remember my Digger Die Randy? The great big turbo, no front end, long travel.
Yeah. I think it's awesome.
Yeah. They are definitely budget. They're killing it.
Yeah.
Trying to read some of these. These comments.
Hey.
There's Joe, booster third gen. He's in Alaska. Oh no, he says his wife's been in the hospital. Hope she gets better. She just got out. There's Randy's Pitbull Rottweiler.
Pitbull.
Whatever. The big dog. It looks like a freaking bear.
She got a haircut.
Which looks good.
Yeah.
Randy took the dog to the mountains with him and about gave a woman a heart attack in the cabin next to her. Thought it was a black bear.
It's a baby bear.
It's a bear.
She the bad thing is that woman saw a bear that day. So
Everything was bear.
like a horror story, Bear been following them all day. Followed them back to the damn cabin.
That is funny.
Had to take Hank to the vet yesterday. I think he was drinking black water outside, and he had diarrhea for the last 2 days. So
Oh no,
that was not cool.
No,
Big old dog and blowing up everywhere.
There's Ray. What's up, Ray? Ray's car is getting faster. He's making some good progress. When we're going back to the Rock, it'll probably be the June race.
Yeah.
Digger Die.
I think. No, the Civil Wars.
Oh, is that first?
Yeah, that's first. That's in June. That's second week of June. And then the Digger Die is in July sometime, end of July.
What's that, Flashlight Fiesta or?
Yeah, the Dig Days, I think is what they called it.
Oh, okay. They changed the name again.
Whichever one it is, all three of them they do are jam up. They are, some of the biggest back of the track races in the country. So we'll be there for those two. 252's got a race coming up there at some point. We'll be there for that one, hopefully. We are going to Indiana for the Gangsters in Paradise race. That's 700 miles one way. Woo! It's a long way. It's a long ways. Going to Union County for Clifton Caldwell's race, that $25,000 free entry. Brian's going to try to. As long as we can get some testing in with his car, he'll be there with his car for that one. That might be his first race out. Although 710's got a back in the track race. next weekend after next.
Did you guys see that wreck at Rico, by the way?
No,
Oh man, I think a black Camaro went into a red S10.
Oh no,
the wall.
That happened this past Sunday.
Yeah, I think it was this past week.
Oh,
Past weekend.
That sucks.
Chris Moore said somebody here.
Yeah, I think both of them did, or one of them.
Man, that sucks. Randy, you locked up, or is that mine?
No, that's him.
Okay, good. It was mine last week.
Sorry.
No, last week mine locked all up. Rodney said, John, speaking of trying to go personal best, we know you got to go what it takes to go 420s and 30s. But question for you, did you get another crank? I appreciate you reminding me of that horror story of that Scat 4340 I've still got in the bottom of my motor. No, Rodney, I did not get another crank. I need to not be trying for no personal best is what I'm hearing you remind me of. I appreciate you reminding me of that because that's a very valid point. I mean, it's got a Scat 4340 in it.
We're gonna grab the front after every pass and shake it back and forth.
I mean,
hey, what was wrong with Mike's motor this time? Did he?
So, I need to. I was hoping I could get over there this week, but I ain't gonna be able to make it. So he sent me a message on
Sunday.
Was it Sunday?
Saturday or Sunday?
Saturday he was working on it.
Yeah. Yeah, Saturday.
That is the flex plate.
Yeah, it did sound funny trying to start.
Yeah, it completely. He said the motor looked fine. It completely broke the center out of the flex plate. Completely.
So that's why it wouldn't make any RPM.
Yeah, that's why I wouldn't do nothing. I mean, the motor is not physically attached to the torque converter at that point. So he's getting another torque converter because, I mean, there's a chance with all. I mean, you can see the spacer bearing. It beat the spacer bearing to death. The hub that goes into the back of the crank. So since it beat that pretty bad, I mean, clearly it got offset. So it was doing this. So he's going to get another torque converter, send that one off, and get that one. Make sure it's good. But hopefully he'll be back out soon running his. But the motor's fine. There's nothing wrong with the motor.
So speaking of torque converters, what was that broke on yours, Randy? The bolts or something? What's been done to keep that from happening again? Besides not being burned down.
Well, we just replaced the bearings in the everything in the torque converter except for the, I guess.
So
sheared off for.
So what Brandon is talking about, if y'all remember, we had one of the last outings. I think it's second to the last outing we had.
Mm-hmm.
We had 2 back-to-back runs where they were having issues staging, and Randy's stuff spools up instantly, and so theirs was having a little bit of issues. So we ended up spending a little bit of more time on the trans brake than what we normally do, and so that's heat in the transmission when that happens. And so, it destroyed the inside of the torque converter, essentially. You said Mark Mickey had to replace everything in the torque converter?
Pretty much.
I mean, these cars, Randy's car, I've got a little torque converter, a little transmission cooler on mine. But like most of the race cars, all the race cars, none of the race cars have transmission coolers anymore because they have external coolers to where they cool them off in between rounds, which, I don't even know if you had an intercooler. I mean, back in the day, people were running transmission coolers into ice tanks, but, sitting on them for 7 seconds or right at 7 seconds, that's just hard on it when it's at full tilt. So what we're going to do to prevent that is, so it's partly my fault because I told Randy, back when we first got a turbo car, and actually even back to the supercharged car, I was like, once you go in and you're there, I can make it stay on the trans brake forever. It's not going to load up. It's not going to cut off. It's going to stay there banging on the rev limiter. Pop, 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 pop. So, and it does that. It will do that. It will not cut off. It will not make 30 pounds of boost. We ain't got to worry about nobody. You know, back in the old days, we used to have problems. The longer you stayed on the trans brake, the more boost you made. But we can make that bad boy flat line out and just stay there. However, doing that is hard on the transmission. So what we're going to have to do is we're going to have to play with some staging techniques. You know, if we see if it looks like the other guy's having problems, maybe we need to put another strategy in there to where you can bump the brake pedal and drop the RPMs, and then that way you can ease off the gas. You're still on the trans brake, but you're lower RPM, and then as soon as he stages, boom, it comes back up. I don't know. We hadn't gotten to that point yet because I mean we ain't had a car running, so we're just gonna have to play with it. You know, and then Randy's car too. I mean, it spools so fast. I mean, you know, it really does. It spools. I mean, we got a Pro Mod motor with all that good stuff in it.
Thanks, buddy.
It just spools fast. It's like a Pro Mod. I mean, right? We can just spool in stuff. Almost like we got nitrous on it.
You think y'all cat out the bag?
Sure, if you want to let the cat out of the bag.
Oh, you can let the cat out of the bag.
I ain't got no cats in no bags.
That's your bag.
It ain't my bag.
Yeah, it's your bag.
I think I'm missing something.
So, well, it's going to spool faster this year because Randy just got up with Jose, and you know, he saw Justin Harris make 3,000 horsepower to the tire, and with his big block, and Vendetta made 3,000 horsepower. So Randy sold his 118, and he has bought another 118. So he got the precision off, and he's going to put a Jose on. And so Jose's turbo, that it's only a 116 actual turbine wheel, but it's very, very high flow. And so it flows better than the precision larger one. So it should spool up even more rapid. Well, I mean, we might be able to stage it like a Pro Charge car. You just roll in and mat it at the end. I mean, seriously, I'm not kidding. I mean, it's probably going to be pretty doggone fast to get it.
Was that the turbo the whole thing was fabbed off of, or was it fabbed off the other one?
So it was fabbed off of the 118 that is on there. Mm-hmm. And so it's going to take 2 or 3 weeks to get that turbo. So, I mean, we'll just run this one until he can, until the other one comes in, and then he's going to have to get, you know, all he's going to have to do, everything should bolt right on, except for he's going to have to put a weld in that coupler to the turbo, that clamp, the whatever it's called.
So we're going back to TKN and make 3,000 horsepower is what you're saying?
Nope.
We'll go racing.
Yeah, we're going to go racing.
Ray said, if he took 110 pounds off the front of the car, what would the same tune-up be? What changes would you make? 110 pounds off the front, I would leave it the same initially, and if it didn't wheelie out to the moon, I would let it ride. If it tried to wheelie, then, you know, for the front, just tightening up the extension, tighten up the rebound on the front struts or shocks. That way you can try to let it come up a little bit slower. But yeah, that's going to be freaking awesome, Randy. I mean, that 118 looks gangster.
Yeah, I'm very excited by that.
That's pretty impressive.
You saw that 118, John?
No.
No?
Did you not hear Rodney remind me a minute ago I still have a scat crank?
Yep.
It'll be fine.
I had we had brunch with David Brinkley and Kelly Sunday,
right?
And we jogged back and forth a little bit, and I was like, I might have dug a big hole.
He been fast.
He's been real fast, and he could go a whole lot faster than what he's been. So
he legit has a pro mod motor though.
Yeah,
I mean, he got one of those Pat Moosies in it.
Mm-hmm.
1,054 cubic inches or something like that.
Mountain motor.
I think it's a 959, but I know he's building a 484 motor.
Right.
It's going to be faster than that.
That'll be banned from everywhere. Right?
I mean, shoot, the rules say 5, and hell, he's got a 4.84 now, and shoot, it's gonna go faster.
Right.
But he's world class. I mean, those guys are something else.
Oh yeah, the Patriot is an unbelievable ride. He goes radio racing and no prep racing.
And top runner both. You know.
Yeah, you're right.
Awesome.
He's got a jam up program, getting faster and faster.
Mm-hmm.
Riverside Racecraft said, John, there's a lot of fellows that run weight directly on the rear end housing for unsprung weight. We done that on my old car. We were running up to like 100 pounds. We didn't ever weld any brackets on this. This new car, we may be doing that at some point because that would solve some of our issues with having to reset ride heights and spring pressures and all that crap. If we got it out of the car and put it on the rear end. Oh, Brian said his heads were Brodix BR7 solids. A CGI block. Non-field. Any suggestions on starting point for anti-squat instant center in front of the track? No prep. Man, I am struggling with front of the track. No prep at the moment. Everything you think you know, you don't know. So last year I was a little bit below 100%. Car was running pretty good. At some point I switched it a little bit above 100%, and it was working halfway decent. And that's where I'm at now, but it's going left. So we tried it at Fayetteville. Remember, we tried it back below 100%, and it was bottoming the shock out. But that may have been the right move if we would have put my brackets on to mount the shocks down lower. So, Michael, I don't know, man. I would probably start just a little bit above 100%, or 100%, or maybe like 85%. So somewhere between like 85% and 120%. Back of the track, a little bit more anti-squat than that.
I'm getting giant cat comments.
That is like a big cat in your lap. It ain't as big as your dog.
No, he's like 25 pounds. He's a little fat. Runs in the family.
Jason said, what's a good no prep boost ramp look like? Back of the track, very long, and front of the track, still very long. Just not quite as long. Somewhere between, I know some people are doing it at 3 seconds and some people are doing 4.5 seconds. I've tried it all in between there. It just depends on, where the track is. I've heard a rumor of a few people getting it all in at like 2 seconds on a front of the track no prep, but I can't do it. I just can't do it. They got to be pulling a crap load of time to make that happen. Oh, there's Kelly, Drag Race's wife. She piped me in like 25 minutes ago. Wait.
Yeah, that was a while ago.
Yeah. God, I'm late, ain't I? Okay, let me catch up real fast. Yeah, hit that live button, share the live, and hit the like button. That's how I suck at this. G2K Racing, what's up, Victor? Hope you're doing well.
Didn't he just hit like 9,000 or some milestone on subscribers, I think?
Yeah, he's killing it, man. He's putting in work. He's going to all these races. He is out there putting in work. He's growing the channel super fast, which he is. I mean, he's traveling all over the place, man. Talking to people, interviewing people, getting some racing content. People want to watch it. GM, yes, this is the exclusive members only cut. Open to the public tonight. But this is kind of what we do. We talk. We usually have a lot more technical questions, and I'll be honest with you guys. We have about 100 members, that total for our members only, and so probably shouldn't tell this. Well, I don't know. It's okay. I mean, now we're so far into live that a lot of people won't see it anyway. I share all my data, every ounce of my data. In these lives on Wednesday nights. So after the race, it's like a whitewash almost. You know what I mean? We've had a couple days to decompress, and then we're looking at the data. We're looking at the what we run, who we run, what they did versus what we did, and It's actually, I mean, and we have a good feedback in the chats, helping us look at issues, and because there's a lot of data that we go over, and there's a lot of, there's a lot of stuff I miss, honestly, you know. So that's what it is. It's like a hot wash. Is that what they call it? A hot wash, whitewash? What do they call it? Like when you have an event, and then after the fact, you talk about the event.
I can't think of the name.
Come on, man.
What are you doing?
Somebody knows. Y'all know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, schoolboy over there ought to know.
There's Brian Harper. What's up, Brian? Hope you're doing well. So he's gonna have Brantley Junior Dragster back out soon. Whoa, what happened? I thought I was in my comments, and now it went. Now I'm way off. Okay, hold on. Caution lap. I ain't telling you where I'm going, so you can come steal my cookie money. That's Blackjack Racing. They're killing it with block stuff. I was on the way to cut y'all's head off with at Blocks Racing English Mountain until I blowed up my turbo on the motorhome, and then we got rained out the next day, or no, that was the next weekend for our race. It was Glenn. They got the Blackjack Racing flying. They've won two of them in a row.
Oh wow!
Block snow prep stuff. We're going to be at 710 back at the track. No, Thunder Valley back at the track this weekend. 710 back at the track is May the 13th. That's a pretty reasonable surface. You'd be fast there. Randy, Jim said just rev it up to 8,000 and dump the clutch. Smith Dog Murray, air fuel ratio on mine is at 40 pounds of boost, like 3.5, 3.6 air fuel ratio. It depends on your ignition system. If you got a real strong ignition, you might need to go a little bit richer than that. But 3.5, 3.6 is a very good starting point. It should be nice and safe on most combos. Might be a little bit on the here. Let me show y'all. I'm gonna show y'all the secret sauce.
Speaking of which, why'd you get a lean pop Thursday?
Because it was lean. I don't know why.
Because it was lean.
I have no idea why though.
I guess this camera's getting ready to break too. It's going all kinds of crazy on me.
Do I?
I think my webcam's getting ready to break. I'm gonna have to buy another one at some point.
There is my target air fuel ratios that I do. Right or wrong, that's what I run. Methanol. 40 pounds of boost, 3.5 air fuel ratio. And then I hadn't been up here yet. At some point, when we're ready to sling the crank out the back, bottom of the block, that'll probably get richened up to like probably 3.3, 3.2.
Good God.
Yeah, I know, right?
You're going into a different scale at that point.
I know, right? We're at some of these cats are running 70 pounds of boost now. 70, 80 pounds. Jody said Haltech can pull just one part of a tune-up, like a boost curve or dry shaft curve, into an existing tune-up. Interesting. Maxwell, what's up? Glenn said they had to go see John Casey today. Puts part for the truck. Oh yeah, he blowed that truck motor to pieces. I didn't realize that truck was a pro mod either. You had me fooled. I mean, are y'all friends with Glenn on Facebook? He posted when that motor blew apart. That thing, that's a gangster motor. Montgomery, man, that's too far. I can't go to Montgomery. I'm struggling. Jason said, how do you pull time in it to hit to control the tire? How much and how long? That is a very, very loaded question. It depends on where you're at. And honestly, guys, it takes passes. And, and this, you can get a good starting point. But I do an advanced table. I use a gear table, 1D table, launch pedal shift. And so that's what I do. This was for the front of the track. So I pulled 12 degrees out and then I ramp it in at 3 seconds. Sometimes I pull 20 degrees of timing out here and then ramp it back in at 1.5 seconds. It completely depends on the track. And then you got ability. The reason I use this, there's a lot of people that don't use this, but the reason I do it like this is because I can go in here. If it's spinning, I can go in there and put a gear retard on the shift as well. And then I can pull 5 or 6 degrees out and then it'll help it so it won't spin on the gear change, because that's a bad deal. That's what I do. There's a lot of people that do it a lot of different ways. Holden Boost says he's pulling for my Scat 4340. That's what he's got in the dark. Hold on, pal. Believe it or not, the fastest pass I ever run, I had a Scat crankshaft. Or did I? No, that was before the Scat.
Yeah.
That was with the Bryant. Every time I go to Brian's house, my Bryant crankshaft and my old block is still sitting in the same spot where I set it. When I pulled it out of the car, it's over there by the front door, and the crank is sitting there. It's just begging me to go fix it. I need to send it and go get it fixed, because that's a good crank. But I need to send it to like Shaft Tech or somebody, because they're gonna have to do some renitriding and a bunch of welding on it on the thrust side. I mean, I can fix it the way it is and throw it back together, but every time I go to Brian's, I'm like, man, I'll thump it and it'll go ding, just like a bell ringing.
Like that one?
Yeah.
Yes.
Spoken, it happened.
Brian just texted me and said Shannon went pretty fast with a Scat crankshaft. Oh, there's Scott Russell.
How is Shannon doing? Does he still have valve train issues, or is he back out?
Well, last time I talked to Brian, I asked him about him. He had another lifter failure.
Yeah.
So
didn't that happen at the Rockingham race?
No, he had another one after that. Got it back together and had another one.
Yeah, that's what happened there, right? It was
a lifter failure. Same thing. I hadn't talked to him, but I think Brian said they're trying to figure out what's going on. They say he's still having lifter issues. Rodney, we all going to be up in that VPS Davis class.
Is that in person or is that on the line, or how are they doing it?
I don't know. I don't know if they've completely said yet.
It'd be better if it was I don't know. In person would be nice, but online's good too, so you can see what they're doing.
Did you see what Scott just wrote a minute ago, Randy?
No, what
He
is
said
that?
Jose's got 122 millimeter.
Yeah.
Send them back.
When did the 122 come out?
I just left it to you.
No, I ain't got nothing involved.
Yeah, you do. I told you to call him.
You asked me about. You want me to show you the text message? You said ask about the 118. You didn't say ask about the 122.
Well, I thought that when you guys talked, you would have said, "Well, you probably don't need the 118. You need a 122."
I'm fixing to text Jose right now.
Tell him to send you the biggest one he's got.
Wait, look. I'm saying wait.
No,
You got
I hear
to. It's late. It's late. I probably shouldn't be sending it right now.
Well, it's not that he's in like middle part of the country.
2 or 3
He's
hours
like,
probably.
I said, wait, you got a 122 now? With a question mark.
Yeah, he is probably in the middle part of the country, so it's probably an hour or maybe 2 different.
He's in Alabama.
Yeah, so it's
Hazel Green, Alabama, wherever that is.
So he's an hour off. So it's 9.
Okay.
Hey, Justin.
When he answers me tomorrow, I'll ask him, do you need that?
Yeah, that's fine. Did y'all see the photos of the Sapper thing that my son went to over the weekend?
I did not.
Oh, okay.
What is that?
On your account?
Yeah, it was on my Facebook. He tagged me in it, and it's a Sapper training what he did, and he got selected to go back and do best Sapper, and it's two-man teams. They clocked 42 miles on Saturday, walking,
Woo.
running with their rucksacks and all that stuff.
I'll go check that out.
You imagine moving 42 miles on your feet?
No.
No thanks.
Yeah, no thanks.
That's wild. That is a ton of mileage.
It's 2 marathons.
Wow. That's crazy.
It sure is. Those rucksacks are like 60-something pounds on their backs.
You got to be in shape to do that.
Yeah.
Wow.
It must be nice to be young.
Yeah.
Iron will. me coming up the steps a minute ago, I got up here, I was like,
Right.
I was like, man. Glenn, he posted on here a few minutes ago too. I'm a little behind. He said they'll be on TV May 15th, 8 o'clock for the Street Outlaws Locals Only show.
Wow.
That's the one that you remember he told us about it. He said he invited us. He said, I can get you on, but something happened and we decided we couldn't make it because of something else. He just sent me a text message too. Yeah, so y'all go check that out. That's going to be interesting. We'll see how. I know he done really well in it.
Mm-hmm.
With the blackjack car. So
Yeah.
May 15th, that's going to start. I know Billy and all them were on it too. I think the Falcon done really good on it.
Wow, that's cool.
Yeah, so that'll be really good.
What network is that on?
It'll be on Discovery.
Oh, okay.
It's called the Locals Only. All right, let's see here. Appreciate it, Corey. Thanks for hopping on. Yeah, this is what we do every Wednesday night. It's very similar. We don't have quite as many comments. I don't get so far behind on the comments because we usually have, I don't know how many people. We have 100 people that they come and go, but we usually have maybe 20 or 30 people on every Wednesday night. It's really fun. Yeah, Rodney, y'all getting old. I'm surprised you remembered about that 4340 crankshaft. Got him. We almost all in the 50 club. Oh God, Scott said he's gonna be 60 in a few weeks.
God.
He's probably in better shape than all of us.
I know, right?
Yeah.
Dang it, boy. Scott's coming back. He's coming back to life soon too.
Nice.
That post on your Facebook post that you did, Scott, where you were talking about the Yellow Bullet post like 10 years ago, talking about prep. Dead on the money back then, and still dead on the money now.
Dead on the money now, yeah.
I mean, because prep is, man, it's just, it's hard. You can't. So these cars make so much power on the radios. Everything's got to be perfect. You have such a small window to get some passes in. Dang, Scott said he's got to get both knees replaced, and he's building a stick shift turbo car. Hey, at least he at least the new style clutches, the 2 or 3 discs that you ain't got to about break your leg to press it in like the old center forces back in the day.
Mm-hmm.
The old one center force, man. No, I don't balance any of my tires. I put them together and let them roll. There are some people that will balance them and then put duct tape across the weights, to make it so that they don't throw off. But man, that's just scares me. Them weights at 150 mile an hour. What is a good budget friendly turbo 400? I don't think they exist. Really, you can get
stock case.
You can make a stock case with good internals, survive 3,000 horsepower, 2,500 horsepower. We got a local guy, Jason Richards. Where's Jason out of? Mooresville area, up there close to Charlotte, somewhere at Gaston, somewhere up that way. He can build you one, but they're about $5,000. I think for the stock case stuff.
Something to do with the Pro Charge car?
Yes, the Camaro Pro Charge car. That,
Yeah.
that destroyed us. Didn't we race him? Yeah, when did we race him?
Somewhere at Piedmont or sometime at Piedmont.
Yeah, it was at Piedmont. That's right. That's back when we couldn't make a car leave for nothing. Car just instantly spinning.
We ran pretty good against him, but he still got us.
Yeah.
I mean, he really got, you know what I mean.
Did we make a pass against him? I thought we knocked the tire off.
No, he got us by a car and a half.
He just ran out of our life.
Yeah.
That's even worse.
It wasn't too bad. We should have took that GoPro off. It wouldn't have been so bad.
The GoPro does make it look bad.
Yeah.
The outside GoPro, it makes a car and a half look like a bus link.
Yeah, it does.
It really does. Rodney, I'm shrinking too. He said, Scott, maybe you'll be 6'2" again with the new knees. My mama has shrunk. Well, she's 86 years old. She has shrunk like 4 inches, and over the course of her life. And I've shrunk. I was 5'10". Now I'm like 5'9". Now what's happening? I'm turning into a blob. My belly and everything is I'm getting fatter.
Gravity's holding you down.
Gravity. Yeah. I need to lay down next time I get. God, Scott said he was 6'5". John, do you not like Fuel Tech? I have never used Fuel Tech. Holly was my introduction to EFI. I'm not a tuner. I still struggle with EFI, even on the Holly stuff. They say Fuel Tech is really good. It can do a lot of cool stuff. But I'm a Holly fan because that's all I've ever used. And that's probably all I'll ever use until one of us get Fuel Tech, and then I'm forced to learn it. Yeah, the Bryant crank was a D-stroke crankshaft. It was a 3.34 stroke. Johnny Nitro said, you guys ready for me? Yeah, let's go. Any baffles inside my fuel cell? No, it's just open.
Did you download the new version of Holly?
I have not. Devin said he's been running it for a while, but
He probably invented it.
He probably did. He probably had a hand in it. I don't know why, but for me, I have, and most of the time they don't have but a few bugs now. Usually they have almost all the bugs fixed, but for me, it's just one of those things. I usually wait a year. Sometimes I was on, hell, my car was on version 4 and they were on version 6, and I finally updated it. You're right, Rodney. Snatching a bunch of time and then banging that. You're right. That scares me with that crankshaft too. Why Rodney keep like jinxing my crankshaft? Appreciate it, man. Scott Russell said, appreciate or happy birthday is coming up Saturday. And the Vigor Die runner up. Thank you, man. Yeah, Patches is tough, man. They are fast. Like super fast. Randy's got a 118 turbo on his. Mine's a 102.
Who's getting your 118, Randy? Anybody we know?
Actually, Donald's buying it.
Donald's buying it for a mod motor?
No, he's just buying it.
There's Jolene Team Affliction, Sam Hood. What's up?
So they let all the pro mods on here now.
Oh, yeah, you're right. I love that. His car's so awesome.
Yeah.
We're going to do the Thursday night's 28-second lot. I haven't talked to him. I mean, we had a good time when we done that a couple years ago, and then the COVID stuff kind of got us scared away. And then, man, they're Thursday night's just, it's really fun, but I don't know if I have a lot of time to do it now, honestly.
My fondest memory of that is you about sweating to death out there trying to run the race and race.
Yeah, and then that happened once, and then actually we unloaded my car. We didn't even make any passes, did we?
I don't think we did.
No.
One of them I know we didn't, because I was like, okay, I can't do it. I was like, it's just too hectic. Yeah, prep is right. You're exactly right, Scott. Drive by the local track to go to a radial prep track. And I get it. I mean, radial stuff. I mean, you gotta. I mean, the cars are, very expensive. It's. I mean, spending is hard on stuff. You put a ton of money in the car. You want to be on a track that can handle the power. But the downfall of that is the little local races die, and then the other bad thing is even when you go to a big radial race, you just have so much, such a narrow window of time, of tuning ability. I mean, it's just hard, man.
And they usually get pushed back until after dark because nobody wants to run in the daylight.
Right, because everybody spins. Blue Blue Motorsports, appreciate it, man. He says he's happy about our progress we've made. Joe's back. What's up?
What are you doing? What's up there?
Tulsa, Oklahoma. I would love to go. I mean, man, it's just so hard to travel. I mean, my normal work job, my day-to-day work job is, it's 8 o'clock to 5 o'clock. And then Randy just bought a business, so his is now 7 o'clock to 7 o'clock minimum. So it's just hard. It's just hard to travel, man. And we have such good local racing. Within a couple hours, we have so many tracks. It's just hard to go travel a very, very, very long ways. What's a good long travel suspension? I have TRS, Thomas Racing Service, on the front of mine. It's got like 20 inches of travel in the front. It's like, it feels like beater bomb looks. Like, can't really steer, can't really see. But hit Jeff Thomas up on Facebook, Google him, or hit him up on Facebook, Thomas Racing Service, Jeff Thomas. He can hook your front suspension up. What he is, it's on you to get the bump steer right, which I have not done yet.
Good luck with that.
But I can't. I mean, I don't know what we need to do to get the bump steer corrected. We got it the best it's ever been, but it's still not perfect. I mean, it's towed in at ride height, and that might be part of my problem going left. But at full travel, it's just barely towed in. But man, I have a 139 AR on my turbos. It needs a 140. I've got a TV 8101 turbo that we modified, or not the turbo, but the turbine housing. Appreciate it, no one. Thank you for the birthday wish. Moody Blue said hello, Mr. Randy.
Hello.
He said hello to me too.
Tom, we have not decided how much my wing is helping because we've not had the ability to get into a wind tunnel. I need to put the car on scales at some point. How awesome would it be to, wind tunnel on scales to see the angle, to see how much downforce it got? That's going to happen at some point.
There ought to be something out in Mooresville or that area. I mean, this NASCAR stuff.
I think they said it's $250 an hour, or maybe it was $500 an hour. It was very expensive, but it could be huge data. That would be a great YouTube video too.
Yeah, it sure would.
And then I would. I know what the results are going to be. The results are going to be it produces a shit ton of downforce, but then everybody can have a wing like me, right? Me and Chief and Nick from Hustling Horsepower. We get I got the little baby wing compared to those guys.
Yeah,
I saw something on Facebook this week that said Chief was going to go back to street outlaws.
I don't think that's true. Reaper done a video on that.
Oh yeah.
Kind of joking about it. I don't think that's going to happen. I mean, I don't know. I could be wrong.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, North Carolina, South Carolina has a boatload of racing, especially North Carolina. North Carolina, we just have a lot of tracks. There's a lot of racing. Go on Facebook and type in Carolina Drag Racing Connection. Sheffin Parker runs that Facebook group, and there's a crap ton of racing locally. And there's also a link. Did I save it? Oh shoot! Did I not save her link? There is a girl on. Shoot! I thought I had saved it. Apparently, I didn't. I didn't bookmark it. I thought I had bookmarked it.
It's probably in your search history.
It's a Google document. I can't find it. Kiara something on Facebook. Dude, I can't even remember. I'm gonna have to find it. There's a couple people that are keeping track of all the races. Johnny Sparks. This weekend, I'm heading to Thunder Valley back at the track. It's in Red Springs, not in Tennessee. Oh, I didn't know Nahunta had anything. I hadn't been to Nahunta in a while. That's a good long travel budget Viking stuff. Jeff Thomas Racing is what I use on the front of my Thomas Racing Service. Oh, Brandon is doing some funky stuff, ain't he? Brandon's like spazzing out. Brandon, you're very spazzy. He just disconnected it. Yeah, I've heard Myrtle Beach is back open. I don't know. Austin said, how are you determine size and AR you need for your setup? Call the professionals. Call your turbo people, whoever you're getting for a turbo. Jose, Force Inductions, Black Sheep Industries, or that's True North Turbos, VS Racing, whoever you're using. And they can better suit you. Randy, you see Brandon doing that? Is that all right? Yeah, something's the matter with his screen. Yeah, Brandon is having some issues. All right, guys. Well, one of our buddies, Frank, sent us a question too. He's so the other thing also with Jose has not read my post yet. Randy, what if he says you need a 122?
It can't be any more than 118.
Probably true. It's only 4 millimeters bigger, right?
Yeah.
What's 4 millimeters?
Yeah.
I mean, it can't be that much more. It's probably a whole different turbo.
Tell him I'll buy him dinner for the extra metal.
Right. Shoot, what was I going to look for on here? I don't even know what I picked up my phone to look at something, but then I got sidetracked. So yeah. So Frank, the other thing. So also for the members only chat, once you get a member, it's like $5 a month. YouTube gets most of the money. I get half of it. But it's a BS racing bench racing session, and where we talk about what we're doing, we talk about what you've got, and I try to give you my non-professional opinion on how to do whatever you're trying to do. But it's like I said, it's non-professional. I'm not a tuner. I'm not really a chassis guy, clearly, because I can't make my jump go straight in all situations right now. But we have fun, but anyway, you get a email list that you can send us an email for it, and then we go to the emails all the time. Frank had sent us a question today. He said, "What do you do about burnouts not going side to side with no one holding the car?" So burnouts is one of those things like when you're doing a glue burnout, it starts off really slick, and then all of a sudden it starts biting. And so if one side starts biting more than the other side, that's when you see it start kicking sideways. And that also applies in the water box. So when you're doing a normal water box burnout with water, if you pull too far out, if your car ain't got a lot of power and it starts spinning them over and one starts biting more, then it'll jerk sideways. So usually for the back of the track where you're doing a burnout in glue, that 100% is usually where you have a couple people holding the car, helping it stay kind of straight. Usually if you're doing front side, they don't do it as much, but sometimes it still is necessary to make it stay straight. Glenn said, what class is Randy running? Yeah, man, he's got an awesome ride. We're going to be doing all steel, all glass with his, I think. What else are you going to try to be running, Randy?
I figured I would run the 275 stuff, the 28 275 run what you brung type thing.
Because small block boost is mostly dead.
Well,
or
they don't even have a small block boost anymore. It's all out 275.
Okay, so small block boost locally is dead.
Yeah, they say it's small block boost rules racing against the 5-inch bore space nitrous motors.
Gotcha. Okay.
So, technically, it's there are rules for small block boost. I don't know if. Yeah, I don't know. But yeah, we're going to set up for all steel, all glass, and it'll be as simple as changing doors, and we're going to make those steel doors removable, to where it can be done in less than 3 minutes.
Because it's going to use all the same hinges, all the same mounting, and pretty much they'll just bolt right on.
Yep.
And then all you got to do is change the quarter glass, which you've already got that worked out.
Yep.
So you're taking those carbon fiber pieces off.
I haven't made I'm trying to find a perfect set. I used to be able to get those for about $250, but I haven't found one lately. So if anybody knows, right, got a good set for a coupe.
Coupe quarter windows.
Yep. Coupe quarter window.
That are not rough and ragged.
Yeah.
So hit Randy up. He's looking for him. So yeah, because the car will be ready. It'll be ready because it depends. Most of the all steel, all glass around here, it has no rules as far as engine combination or weights.
Yep. And they have, and I don't even want to say anything, kind of like the old small block nitrous guys, they crybaby class. Where they have rules and regulations where you got to weigh everything. And I think it was an 88 millimeter and it's to weigh so much and you got to take it on a ride. That's all right. I mean, I get it.
All right.
That's not what we're setting up for.
Hey, Randy, Scott just said he's got 4 sets of coupe quarter glasses.
Nice. Tell him I'll message him on Messenger and get his number, and we'll figure that out.
Awesome.
Yeah, that's
Craig Shepard said he's got some new ones.
Really?
I don't know Craig. I don't know if I know Craig Shepard.
I can't say that I remember the name, but I'll message him too.
Yeah, Glenn, send me his information or send it to Randy.
It's Randy Jennifer Eller. Anybody care to be friends on Facebook? I'll usually answer all my friend requests. It's Randy Jennifer Eller. I'm not as popular as John. John's probably got too many friends.
Crazy. I don't know. I don't even know how many I got on there now. I do get a bunch of scammers too, though. Yeah. I'll accept a friend request and then they send me like a you've won $1 million. Check here.
Yeah.
Or it's like, come on, man. Like, I just spent that time accepting you and now you're gonna be a scammer. Come on.
Yeah.
That's crazy. But yeah, Frank Patreon. I hadn't got on there. I hadn't never even actually looked on there to see what all it's about. YouTube is just easy and consistent. there's a lot of people that do the Patreon stuff. I need to look into it and see what it is. Maybe start an account over there too. I think you can do same videos and stuff too. Riverside Racecraft said running a 484 nitrous motor for a season sounds about as fun as drinking dirty bath water. You ain't kidding, man. The nitrous racers, man, they are hardcore. I mean, nitrous is hard on parts. I mean, that's all there is to it.
Yeah,
it is just hard.
David Brinkley's rings in his stuff right now.
Right now, right.
He's probably.
I mean, we did have to put valve springs on yours last week, but that wasn't too bad. But I mean, the rings. Do what?
You know why I did that, don't you?
Because David Brinkley dropped the valve.
He dropped the valve in 30 passes.
Man, I mean, nitrous motors, man. I mean, turbos are just easier on parts. Mm-hmm. You know, it's just one of those things that I don't know. You know,
he is fine.
Turbos are just much easier on parts. So I'm gonna probably stay turbo for a while. I was talking to one of my cousins yesterday, and he said that he said he's got a 69 Camaro with a he stays in Lumberton, so he's got a 69 Camaro small block AFR 245s. Sounds like it's going to be a pretty gangster little small block. He's running nitrous, so he's going to try to go like 570, 580s. I mean, which that should be easily doable. But it's full weight car, you know. All right, Glenn, later, man. Be careful. Y'all have fun. Yeah, we ain't going to Montgomery. Y'all safe. I mean, we safe. We safe. I ain't got no record against y'all. I can't outrun y'all. I'm gonna have to go work on y'all's car, pull some spark plug wires off or something. Your duct tape is still holding fine on that back thing though. The back tail light. That's over a year now, going strong. Just make sure to pull way more time in than they tell you. Yeah, you're right. There's Brandon back.
I think it's the computer downstairs that's screwed up because it seems fine up here.
Oh, yeah, you ain't glitching now.
Yeah.
You were glitch. Like, what's happening? All right, guys. Well, we're going to jump off of here. Randy, I will see you tomorrow night. And Brandon, I'll let you know if we're going to race this weekend. You going racing this weekend with us, Brandon?
Yeah, I'll try to. I should be able to get out this weekend.
All right. I hadn't talked to Courtney. I don't know what he's doing. He normally jumps on here, but he ain't jumping on here tonight at all.
Working on that car.
Randy, is he working on your car?
Yeah.
He's working on his car.
Randy, that was a guilty. Randy was like, yeah. We should have got him to jump on here and go live and show us what he's got going on. He's probably covered.
I bet you could do it right now if you wanted to.
It's getting late. I didn't by time.
Yeah,
we better hop off.
Okay.
I didn't even think about that until right now. That actually would have been pretty good. You are absolutely right. Courtney is hustling for that paint and paper. Paint and paper hustle. Y'all go check him out on YouTube too. He's the one that's painting Randy's car, doing making it all shiny and keeping it all pretty. All right, guys. Well, I'm gonna jump off of here. Appreciate y'all hopping on.
Enjoyed it,
everybody. Appreciate y'all hopping on too. If you're not a member, if y'all want to do this every Wednesday night with us, like I said, it's a Wednesday night of bench racing, figuring out how we're going to try not to break stuff and go fast. That's what it is. Later, guys.
All right. See you guys next time. Thanks.
Take it easy.
See y'all later.